So now we're getting to the part where we want to enter the information that we're going to use on our exhibit sticker, and we call this the case dashboard. If you don't know where to find this dashboard, it's located in the add-on tools, and we have a video just prior to this one that shows you how to locate it. But wanted to go through all of the different stickers because they vary slightly, and I just wanted to give you an idea of what the dashboards would look like for each one of these. So the style 1 is the most basic, the simplest one we have, and all of our exhibit stickers have these basic features. There's going to be a title where you enter your exhibit sticker title, and we entered style 1 title there. It's going to have a scaling feature. The stickers are perfectly scaled to fit on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, just like the old tabbies or pen grad stickers are sized. So that's great for most everything you're going to be doing. But if you happen to get a set of maps, for example, or just really oddly sized exhibits, you can set this sticker scale to be whatever you need it to be, and it's just adds so much convenience to being able to sticker big sets of oddly shaped and sized exhibits. You're going to be able to select from 10 colors. We've selected the yellow here, and then you get different methods of being able to stamp. You can auto increment, meaning every time you place a sticker, it's going to increment. And I'm going to show you this live in a second. And you can auto increment either by numbers or by letters. Different jurisdictions use numbers, different jurisdictions use letters. You also have the ability to manually enter some information where you just type a one-off sticker, for example, where you don't need it to auto-increment a number or a letter. And then we have a really handy feature. If your production set is already set up by file name to be what you want it to say down here, you can simply select use file name and it will auto populate this information here. So that can be really handy when you get into that flow. You also have the ability to add a prefix, and that right here it says PRE dash, and then we have it set to auto increment starting with number 1. Again, I'm going to show you a live demonstration of this in just a second. So all of our stickers have all of these capabilities. Now when you move on to other styles, there's subtle variations. For example, the style 2, there's the ability to put in a subtitle, and you see the subtitle right here. When you get into exhibit style 3 of the exhibit sticker, you have the ability to add this header, and you can see that we've put in the header, literally typed in the word header right here, and it shows up on this. And of course, we're picking different colors just so you can see the different colors as we step through this. This prefix is set to STE dash. EXE dash is a very common exhibit sticker prefix, or if you have a deponent, maybe it's Smith dash for the prefix. Moving to style 4, this is by far our most popular sticker that we have, and it's mostly used because people like to put in like the cause number in the footer, or for our court reporters out there, this is where you can put in your date or name, or use that information. That's the most commonly used one by court reporters. So moving on, all the other information is the same. You can see here on this example though, we are auto incrementing by a letter sequence, and so this is going to next time you place the stamp, it'll auto increment to the next letter. So you have some choices of how you want that letter sequencing to advance forward once you get past X, and you can choose what you'd like there. And then moving on to our latest 2 brand new stickers. These have the most configurable setups by far. And one thing to point out in here, you do not have to put in any of these kind of subtitles, headers. You can leave them blank. In essence, if you have a style 4 here and you leave the footer blank, it's basically the same thing as having a style 1. So that's why we have folks that really like the style 4 a lot, because they can just leave this blank. It in effect looks like a style 1. Same here, you can leave the header blank. So in these larger sticker styles, we have a lot of options for you here. So in style 5, for example, you can have a header, a subtitle, and a footer, and then we also have a left and right side area here that you can put information. Put the cause number over here on the left side and leave the right side blank. It's up to you how you want to fill this out. Now this sticker is the same size as styles 1 through 4, so it is, again, it's sized to be the perfect exhibit sticker size on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. Style 6, however, is much larger. And again, you can use your scaling feature if you want to make this sticker larger. You can do that universally by setting that scaling feature. Now, style 6 is larger by nature just because there's so much on here, and we have government agencies that use this sticker. But we also have people who just really like to put a lot more information in or have a larger sticker altogether. Again, you do not have to put in something for everything on here. You can just fill in, maybe a single header, one subtitle, and then both footers, whatever you would like to do, that's up to you. So now let me go ahead and jump over into a kind of a live demonstration of this. Okay, so again, now what we're going to do here is we're going to our add-on tools, and I showed you in a prior video how to locate your add-on tools. So I am clicking my little add-on tool to bring up the dashboard. This already has some information populated in it because I've been using it as an example, but I'm going to take that out and we'll start over. And this is a style 4, so that means that we have a footer to be able to play around with. So for this example, let's just say that this is for a deposition. So I'm going to call it the Jones deposition exhibit. For the footer, let's go and put the cause number in. The scaling, I'm assuming that I'm using just standard, PDFs that are 8.5 by 11, so I'm going to leave that scaling alone. The color, let's say that we want to make it golden. And I'm going to show you how to auto increment first using numbers. So this is going to be Jones exhibit is going to be my prefix. I'm going to set it to numbers, and we'll just start with 1. And I like to put zeros before, because if you know you're going to have over 100, I would start with the 000. If you have thousands, maybe 3 zeros. Just keeps everything cleaner. And there we go. So now I've got the sticker set up, and when we go to actually place it, we should have all of this information filled in. So I'm going to hit OK. I go to get my stamp, and you can see automatically it's giving me a little preview of what we just typed in. So it's changed the color, it's got the title we set, it has the prefix in there, and the 001 and our cause number. So I just click on it, and I can put it wherever I want, bottom right, for example, place, and there we have the sticker that we just created. So let's go ahead and change the properties just a little bit so you can see some other examples. I'm going to do green. I'm going to put the date. We'll keep it, well, let's make it Smith. Just why not change it up? And let's look at auto-incrementing by letters, for example. So let's go ahead and say that we're going to auto-increment by letters. Oh, I better change my prefix to Smith. And then let's say that we're going to start on, I've already stamped some exhibits, and now I'm going to start with K. And this is how I want the sequencing to go. So, and the difference here is, do you want this to sequence when it rolls over after X? Do you want it to sequence with AA, AB, AC, or do you want it to sequence AA, BB, CC? So that's what those choices are there. So anyway, let's hit OK. And then when we come over here to get our stamp, we should get the preview that it's now green, and it says all of that information that we wanted before. So I'm going to go ahead and select it and place it. Now again, I've mentioned this in a couple of videos to you that you want to go ahead and use the single key accelerator. We have a video for that. And now if I wanted to place the next sticker, let's say I have another document open, I can hit the K key and I can place this sticker, and you can see it's already auto alpha going up to L, K key, open another document, K key, there you go. So check out that video. It's a very handy video. So that's really how you set up the case information. One last thing to show you is the manual entry. I wanted to show that to you because the manual entry lets you can have a prefix if you want, but let's say you're using unusual characters. You may have something that has a % sign in it. I don't know. There's some people that have different characters that are specific to their case. I'm going to take the prefix off in this example. Let's make this one be orange. And when I hit OK this time, what will happen is when I go to place the sticker, it's going to ask me what do you want to put in that box. So if you have any kind of unusual characters that you need, you may have to use a manual entry. Just hit OK, and then it will place that sticker for you. And then the final thing is to show you the file name. Now this is going to be kind of odd because my file name is very long. It's probably going to look extremely unusual, but let's go ahead and give it a try. Let's pick white for this one, and let me go ahead and select it, go and get my stamp, and then I'm going to place it. All right, so that's the title of this document here, Setting Case Properties. So it has gone through and picked it up, which is extremely handy when you have like the batch stamper too. So Acrobat Pro users can use a batch stamper that in a single swoop can pick up everything in a folder full of documents and apply the file name to it. So that's how you fill out your case dashboard. There are lots of tips and tricks further on, so we invite you to kind of explore some of the other videos ahead.